Liam. Don't do that stuff.
Nurse, tell me, am I still intact?
Oh, Oz. You don't need to worry about that. We're gonna make you stronger, faster, and better. Stronger, faster, and better.
Faster. G'day everyone, how's it going? Ozart Creations here. Today we have special guest Liam Gray. He'll be joining us shortly. Sorry that the stream started a little bit late. I had a few technical difficulties. Now, we're not competing with the Jack Show. So the Jack Show's on. If you want to go and watch it, feel free. Otherwise, we're going to discuss some construction with Liam, and I'd like you to help me finish the Spider-Man cover that J Scott Campbell has been putting around. So I'm just drawing my version of the cover. Let me just zoom out a little bit here. Zoom out. Zoom out. Fuck you. There we go. All right. Got a little bit of a sniffly nose, so sorry if I sniffle onto you guys. How have we been doing? Have you guys been with Liam Gray, and have you been keeping up to date with this the Spider-Man cover shenanigans that's going on? So I thought that I would put my own spin on things, and I'd provide the representation that everybody's asking for. Who have we got in here? We've got Gaming Theory from Australia. Aussie, yeah. All Aussie all the time. Lord Finatra's here. Welcome, Lord Finatra, one of my wonderful members. Hammer of Doom. DJ 2K Comics. G'day, how's it going? Oz is competing with the Jack Show. That's all right. I'm sure my viewers will recap this stream, or maybe they'll watch it again later. Aim at Rain is in the house. He's arguing with Finatra in the chat and telling me that my show is shit at the same time. That's okay. We don't mind hate watchers here, especially if they're members. That's great. Everyone become a member. Helps the channel. I think only members are watching though, so you know. James Hayes is here. Hey Oz, how are you today? James, I am doing wonderfully well. It's absolutely freezing here in Perth today, and I don't know what's going to happen. Do I have to get the heater out? We're trying to wait till June to get the heater out, but damn, it's been cold. How are you, mate? Where are you in this this beautiful day / evening where you are? Mr. Wonderful's in the house. Mr. Wonderful is one of my great racers. He seems to always come first in the Spurg Racer. Oh, Liam's getting dressed. Emmett Rayner says, Oz, I am the only one who promoted your show. Well, it only takes one, Emmett. It takes one, baby. Pete in Sorry Racing. Spurg Racing, not Sorry Racing. It's kind of like Sorry Racing. In Australia, the word sorry's got really specific connotations. Uh-oh. Ask James Hayes. How much work did Amit do for me? And now I'm calling him a hate watcher. How dare I? How dare I? Hi, Simple Jack. How's it going? Yeah, how dare I call Amit a hate watcher? He's not a... He's a watcher who hates... He's not hate watching me. He's providing valuable input into my show and how it's shit all the time. Treasure Woman. G'day, how's it going? I haven't seen you before. Welcome to the show. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed already and consider becoming a member. Stop crying. Crying is only for the Jack show. So, Simple's Jack's asking if this is a self-portrait. Hang on a sec. Let me have a look at... you guys have been seeing what's going around, yeah? Not COVID. That's going around too, but J Scott Campbell's put out this thing where he's trying to build some branches, mend some fences, and so he's put out this thing called... Now, I call it Draw This Your Own Way. And that's not what it is called. What is it called? In Your Own Style or something? Let me have a look for J Scott. I'm just having a look on Twitter because I'm super organized. My computer's having a bit of a heart attack today. I had about 30 windows open because I was doing stuff. Because I'm always doing stuff. I'm always creating great content for you guys. And so my computer's having a bit of a spaz attack. I don't want to restart it because, I don't know, it's going to cause me trouble if I restart it. So we're just going to have to be stuck with slow computering at the moment. Hopefully when Liam joins us, he can share some things. And he put out this great construction video for us all to view. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. So I just want to have a look at that. It's my favorite one so far. Here we go. I can share this screen now. Finatra said your show was dead. And then I quit YouTube. Shame on you, Finatra. Shame on you for sharing those rumors, those disgusting rumors about my demise. There are some that would say that my show was never quite alive. And there's others that say that my show is purity of all shows. And that I provide life for others. It's on the fence. All right. So J Scott Campbell has set this up, a thing that's going around. It's become pretty big and good on J Scott. And so one of going around forever, the MJ cover with her perched and with her coffee. got redrawn by a non-binary trans advocate, used themselves as a model, and decided that they couldn't get into that pose, so therefore that pose didn't exist. Redrew the page. It's best to use themselves as a model and get angry at themselves. But they did. They got angry at themselves looking in the mirror and decided to draw a back pose with no boobs and no belly. That's fine. Hey, look, if you're a chick and you're distressed at your own body and you've got issues and you want to look like a guy, whatever you define a guy to be, that's cool. But it's probably not the best basis point for judging what other women look like or what a cartoon drawing of exaggerated female form. So that was got, and that blew up, and he got a bit of harsh criticism. A couple of night letters from Marvel saying, "Oh, pull your head in." So he's come out with this draw this in your own style. It's his Amazing Spider-Man cover with Black Cat wearing Peter Parker's Spider-Man costume, and she's kneeling. I think it's not cocaine. I think she's kneeling on a bunch of diamonds, and she's got a pearl necklace in her mouth. So there's an awful lot going on in this drawing. First of all, can I just say, if you had that many diamonds, you would be like one of the richest people in the world. Secondly, if you were kneeling on those diamonds and they were either cut, they look like they're cut because they're sparkling, I think, it would be super uncomfortable, so much so that you'd probably be cutting yourself. Not because diamonds are sharp, but just because like they're cut on angles, you know. And she's got a pearl necklace in her mouth, you know. But anyway, he has invited all to fix this cover, so that's what we're doing. And I thought I'd put my hand up and do my version. Rip Oz show. Belter, is that Belter Shifter? I think it should be Belter Shelter. Can we change the name to Belter Shelter? Belter Shifter says the place with no roof. Yeah, I got to ask Liam. Well, no, I'm not going to ask him anything about his construction techniques. It's just, you know, it's the way it is. I'll be interested very whether he's just going to screw the tin. Come on, show. It's not letting me see my new comments. Hang on a sec. I might have to reload this page. What is going on? All right, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I'm having a few technical difficulties. Now, someone said, fix your audio too. How's that going? Are there issues with my audio? Lord Nemesis, aka Ron Lionel Job Mayfeld? What the hell's going on with your name? Oz, can you ask Liam why he won't give backers of Xenotype their books? All right, I'll ask him. Now it's fine. Good. Thanks, Jack. Many people still not their books yet. People still not their books yet. Okay. I'm gonna explain this to I'm gonna show this tweet to Liam and ask him in exactly where is Liam? What the fuck? Is hacked by Chinese hackers. Yeah, those bastard Chinese, I tell you. The Chinese just will not stop hacking because Hackanese. Hacking Australia routers, they're hacking US like oil. It's like Mad Max out there at the moment because of China. And sending us viruses, computer viruses, real viruses. What's going on, China? What's up, China? Please, says Belter Shelter. All right, Fenrir Fires come in. Oh, we're getting a few regulars coming in. And JV's in the hands in because it's good, you know, lets you know that I'm paying attention to you. And also I'm like waiting for Leah. Fenrir Fire. John Delarose. Good evening, John Delarose. The rice is in the house. Why do they call John Delarose? Lion Ratton. Lion Ratton, come on now. I put extra effort into getting your Spurg racer up and running. I'm trying to get him to win at least one race. What is this? This is the cover. This is the J Scott Campbell draw it your own guitar for artwork. So it's artists going their own way. It's Agatau. And this is my cover to Spider-Man. And it's a homage to the great J Scott Campbell, who's put this. I guess you would say that it's an olive branch. It's an olive pencil out there to all the artists and people in the community that want to. Instead of fixing things, we're going to call them interpretation. It's all just interpretation. Simple Jack says, why does Oz make Liam voodoo? There's a rumor, I have to say, there's a rumor going around that I assist Liam in his ideas and his activities, and I would just like to say that I'm fully disassociated from anything that Liam does in his daily life. I play no part, I promise, in any of the things that he does. However, I am still his biggest supporters. I'm more than one supporter. That's how much of a big supporter I am. I'm a supporters. I'm a they, them. I'm a multitude of support for Liam Gray. And if anyone wants to question that, they can go jump in a lake. Lupu Boogaroo says, Anna free zone, thank God. Why? What's going on with Anna? She's a lovely lass. I have to say, on the last stream where she was on Ethan's show, she was very super critical of Liam. I don't know what's going on there, but she was questioning his manhood. She was abusing his abilities. He was questioning his status as a human being, really, I think. His fundamental flaws she was pointing out. And I thought that was very harsh. So Anna, be nice to Liam, please. He's just a man like all of us. Some would say that he's a greater man than all of us. I wouldn't go that far, but that's what happens. That building is impressive, though. Oh, speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Come on, computer, work. Work. Do stuff, computer. Bring him to me now. Bring him to me now.
How you doing?
G'day, mate.
G'day. I've been
Now, what took
flat out today. Today was meant to be my day off, and it didn't happen that way.
This is just a short stream. People are helping me finish my cover. People
Your
are coming
cover?
in to, yeah. Have you seen
Is that your
the
cover?
draw? Hey?
Is that your cover?
Yeah. Have you seen the draw your own way that J Scott Campbell's doing for the Amazing Spider-Man?
No, man. No, man, dude. I've been waking up at like 6 in the morning and building until like, late afternoon and then dying. Like, I have not really had time to look at much or do much of anything, to tell you the honest truth. Hello to the chat.
Right.
So what's going on with this, let me just turn off the dishwasher, the washing machine off. Just a minute.
You turn off your wife. It's not the first time that's happened, I'm sure. Let's see if I can do this again without destroying my stream.
I'm back. What did I miss?
I'm having a few computer issues, Liam.
So what's happening?
I just had like heaps and heaps of tabs open, and then I was like rendering stuff, and now I've got a new program to. My computer doesn't like this program where it like Androids my phone to use as a camera,
Mhm.
so it's just making everything a little bit slow, but that's okay.
Yeah. So what's going on with this? Why are people talking about me and Anna? What's happening here? Do you know anything about that? Do I have to go and write a formal apology to Anna? Was I too sexy to her or something? What happened?
Can you hear me
hello.
clearly?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly, man. Can you hear me?
No. Yeah, I can hear you. I think sometimes when I'm bringing this shit up, my voice is roboting a little bit. It doesn't like streaming.
No,
It doesn't like
you're
sharing
the whole
today
time.
while I'm doing this. Okay. All right. Yeah. So this is the cover that J Scott Campbell has done for Spider-Man, and it's basically
Yeah.
Black Cat, and she's broken in somewhere, and she's wearing Peter Parker's outfit. Now he's asked people to go around and draw this in their own way. Everyone's doing different renditions, and so yeah, that's what's happening with this cover. So I'm doing one for J Scott, and
What's she kneeling
that's
in
where
there?
we're at.
Is that like crack cocaine? Is that cocaine? What's she kneeling in there?
Well, that's what I thought. I thought it was like she was kneeling in a pile of coke.
Yeah, well, what is it? It's white powder, right? Like, I can't tell because the screen.
Yeah, but it's got
sort of
it's.
blurred.
Oh, my screen's a bit blurred. Is that you or me?
It's probably me. I've got so much crazy. I'm changing the internet over. I've got a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on right now.
So anyway, so this is my version. I'm working on this. I'm going to get this finished today, and then I'll post it out to J Scott. This is well, part of the reason that J Scott is doing this is because he receives vast amounts of unwarranted criticism for his depiction of the female body in a cartoony way. So everyone wants to know where her organs are, and everyone wants to know why his characters can't represent the 50% or so of Americans that are body positive.
Well, you put a lot of detail into your shading there. You know, it looks like you've used some life drawing techniques in the in that cover, and it's great. Your perspective on the safe seems to be pretty solid. You know, there's definitely Spider-Man's shirt. This might be stretched out in some unusual ways, but why is she flossing? Why is she flossing, Oz?
She's not flossing. She's got a pearl necklace between her teeth, and I don't understand why she has a pearl necklace in her teeth. That's something that we're probably going to have to ask J Scott.
Is that in the original too? I didn't see that.
What do you mean?
Like, does the original have her flossing with a pearl necklace? You know, as well.
Yeah, I don't randomly add like flossing with pearl necklaces to like my drawings. This is something that she's done.
When he decided that he was going to give Miss Hardy a pearl necklace, do you think that he was saying something, or do you think that it's about, you know?
I think that he was saying something. I think he was saying something because I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that there's any other symbolism. Like, is it sexy to have a pearl necklace draped within your mouth? Is he going for sexiness there?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But I do know, you know, to speak on behalf of Scott, you know, there ain't nothing wrong with drawing a sexy lady. I think that it's a little bit cheap when that's your whole market. You know, it's like that's your whole gimmick. But if you're just doing something that's already got a good idea behind it and you draw it sexy, there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that what he's even done for Felicia and stuff, like, oh, not Felicia, for MJ, like, looked fine. There was nothing to it. In fact, it's one of the top images you get when you search Mary Jane, and has been for years. Like, it's just a fine picture of MJ. I mean, she's a supermodel. That's what supermodels look like, right? Am I wrong?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen some interesting supermodels. There's the.
How long
is it before you think
that? How long is it before you think that Felicia Hardy starts to Me Too me? Oz.
Who's Felicia Hardy?
It's Felicia Hardy. She's Black Cat.
Oh yeah. How long before she does what?
Me Too's me.
Oh, you.
Before she comes to somewhere, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Have you had any?
Yeah, it seems to be a good line of people that are trying to, you know, people I don't even know, I've never met, that are getting in on this. Funny. Liam, she's not a supermodel. MJ, you're telling me that Mary Jane Watson is not a supermodel? Is that what you're saying, Ahmed? All right.
Careful, Ahmed. You're entering fake geek boy territory here.
Oh, goodness.
Face it, Tiger. You've won the jackpot.
Oh.
All right, if I
So yeah,
stop,
no, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild that all this stuff's been going on, but I've just it's completely just flown by under my radar, you know, man. Like I just haven't been online, so make like 1 or 2 posts a day, and I find out that there's this whole thing going on where people are butthurt that sexy superhero dames look like sexy superhero broads, and what can you even
yeah,
say
that's
to these
very.
people? Like
I don't know. It's very. I don't know. It's really strange, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know, like I just think that like how empty must your life be, you know, like to sit there and think like, how dare you draw her that way? Why isn't she morbidly obese like, you know, like I am? Yeah, like
Well,
because no one wants
the
to fuck
interesting
you,
thing is
you
that
know, like what?
the person complaining about this, which I find the fascinating aspect of this,
Okay.
is a woman or a girl, and she's 19, so I guess we can call her a woman, who
Okay.
wants to be a guy, and use themselves as the model for their fix-it drawing. So already they have body dysmorphia issues in terms of they hate their own body and they want to have top surgery. Do you know what top surgery is?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So they want to remove their boobs already.
Mm-hmm.
And I think coming from that place is probably not the best place to come from in terms of critiquing artwork or critiquing the female image in art. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it really takes it to another level, doesn't it? When you've got this sort of Tumblr crowd. Are they from Tumblr? I'm just guessing here. I'm just
Yeah, it's
guessing.
Tumblr. Yeah.
I'm so good. I'm so good. Okay, so you've got this Tumblr crowd who want to self-insert themselves into the art scene. They want to sort of role play and be these characters, right? And then like it's not enough for them to have the aspiration to imagine, oh, I want to be like that character, but they're like, oh no, that character has to be like me now. Because I'm identifying with that character, or because I like something about that character, or in this instance, because I don't like something about the character, it should be more about me. And it just screams of lonely, desperate 13-year-old. Like, look at me. Look at me. This is about me. Not about that pretty person over there or that great thing over there. It's about me, 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 me. And it's like, art isn't about you. Art is about the gift of giving to someone else. It's about sharing an experience with them, and whether it's beauty or ugliness or whatever. Like you can create your own art and do your own stuff, but like, should you be like going over and then changing an established artist's work to try and make it more like yourself? Like, what are you aiming to accomplish there? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Liam, you
And
can't remember.
I mean, is there any difference between this mentality and the Comic Code's authority slapping? I mean, there were. I remember when Image first started up, one of the issues. I think it was Silvestri. Silvestri was doing some work for Marvel, and editorial went through, and they redrew over all his his Psylocke, or his, I think it was Psylocke characters, so that they were like less revealing.
So many.
So when it went to print, all his artwork was
His
changed.
work, so much of his work is traced and used in all these bad girl comics. Like you like I see so much of his old work out there. You know, buy my book, and I'm like, well, that's from this, but yeah, no, I completely understand, man. It's just silliness, and it's like, it's hard. I get it. It's hard. Like, I can look at pornography and I can tell you what it is, but if you ask me for a description of pornography, I mean, I'm going to end up describing high art to you. You know, like to some people, like, oh, you know, it's nudity, it's this, it's that. No, like there's a difference between you know, like sort of art and just sort of porn. And so I get not wanting to sort of expose, you know, a younger readership to pornography and sort of delve into the realm of like Playboy and Hustler and stuff with your art. I understand not wanting to do that. Like in the superhero genre, you want to stick towards superheroics, larger than life, you know, beautiful women and powerful men. I get it. And not wanting to go the other way. But when you're already sort of have achieved that standard and you're sort of looking at something going, well, this is outrageous. This is horrible. And it's like, it's not like you can look at it and you can tell it's not porn. It's not pornographic. I ain't jerking off to it. Like, I don't think anyone else is. So like, what's the issue? What's the issue? It's just a beautiful woman.
Well,
Why
there's
do they wanna
obviously
tear down
narrative in the
statues?
drawing, right? There's an entire narrative going on in that drawing, and
Okay.
it's not particularly cheesecake. So compared to like, and that's the other issue I have here is that these people champion this sort of I don't know, this kind of perverse Orwellian like censorship of illustration. Yet they're busy doing drawing like fairy porn for like commissions and stuff, and promoting all sorts of like weird like dysphoria, body modification, I don't know, sex with animals, bestiality, underage sex, sort of like pedophilia. They're promoting all this stuff, and like, you know, I don't understand it. I can understand someone like Weinstein. I make him sound like Einstein. Weinstein, who's like cruising around raping chicks, and he's like, yeah, let's have more naked chicks in movies and exploit them, and like, you know, Lolita's a great film, and yeah, let's have an island for like underage girls and stuff. I can understand someone like him if he was like in his existence, but I don't understand these people who are like him, but also have this strict fundamentalist idea about comic book illustration.
I don't understand it, dude. I don't understand it. And I mean, like, I get it. I get called a Puritan, ironically. I get called a Puritan because I'm like, hey, I want there to be more than just, like, I don't want comic books that are just, you know, look, it's sexy. That's it. Like, there's nothing to that. That's why I sort of talk out about the bad girl stuff. It's like 90% of this art is traced from other people, and it's just fucking dull. All right. Like, it's low tier comic book writing. It's like, it's another thing to have like a beautiful character in a cool superhero story. I'm all about that. It's another thing altogether to just once. I'll be right back.
So while Liam's away, let's discuss whether MJ is really a supermodel. Amit Rayner has come out with a technicality. He says that she's not signed to any specific modeling agency, so therefore she can't be a supermodel. Now, I'm not sure this technicality holds up here, Amit, because if you are, first of all, I do believe she is signed up to an agency, and I also believe she got a TV show. But she's also on the cover of many magazines, and part of her attraction to Peter Parker is the fact that he's a photographer.
That's right. That's right. And she's done modeling and stuff before, you know. But anyway, but yeah, sorry about that, guys. My life is an endless series.
Is my audio gone funny again?
No, you're good. Is mine? Is mine been a problem?
I don't know. People are saying audio and stuff.
Yeah. Mine should be fixed up. I don't have my mic right now, and I'm getting the internet and stuff upgraded probably later this afternoon. So there should be no more issues with stuff like that. I'm getting it. Anyway, no one cares about that.
I'm
Got
back
other
now.
plans. I'm doing other company. Yeah, you're back. You were here the whole time, man. I could hear you.
It's super cloudy and stormy here. Very cold. Maybe that has something to do with my internet, or I really think it's just my computer trying to talk to my phone.
Yeah. Sorry. I've got
All right.
a whole bunch of
I'm
stuff going
gonna
on right
I'm gonna turn off my phone. I'll
Mhm.
stop sharing my drawing, and I'll reload this page. So if you want to discuss whether MJ really is a model while I do this.
It's interesting. So gaming theory says no, my connection's fine. Yours is roboting and cutting out. I know that this is kind of silly, but like, go put your hand on your router. See how hot your router is. See if your router is physically hot, Oz. Because, yeah, DDoS land. So it's just me, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. How you guys doing? Hey, look, it's a tiny dinosaur. A tiny dinosaur, and it's another tiny dinosaur, That's gosh, I hope they're not fucking with him now. Supermodels have a short shelf life. That's why they got to rake in that money, Lion Rat. They got to rake in those dollary dues. Speaking of those dollary dues, if there are any of you guys that want to throw $5 or $10 at me, I'll engrave your name onto a plaque from my studio on the Indiegogo, which I'm sure that we have no mods. But if you look up Conquest Studio on Indiegogo, you can find it's there. I'm going to, when this stream ends, I'm going to upload a new video, and then I'm going to be taking a break probably till about, I don't know, maybe next Tuesday. It depends. I've been really sore, so I'm just going to be focusing on doing weights and stuff and resting, because I've got to wait for the roof to come in. I want to sort of look at that, and I've got to do a whole bunch of the interior stuff. And of course, there's the finishes on the outside as well. Like, that's not done, and the siding, all of that. But I'm just sore, guys. I've been working on. I know you don't want to hear me complain, but so I can go for like, I don't know how long it's been, like every day for like like 3 weeks or however long. But like, I need a rest. I really need a rest. I have a cheap laptop cooler under my router. Works good. That's good to know. Belter, thank you. If you Google MJ, says Jack Stafford, if you Google MJ, you'll see Spider-Man is also very exaggerated. His calves nearly as big as his waist. He's not an anti-feminist art. It's just art. Man, you know what's funny is the fact that is as common sense as there is common sense, and you're going to be called a radical for it. You're going to be called a radical for holding these basic views that art is art. And again, like I said, you can tell the difference between pornography and art, right? Like, you can tell when you look at it. But and these people are treating these reactionary Puritans are treating comic book art as if it were radical pornography. Welcome back, Mr.
Hey.
Oz, Mr. Creations.
How's it
Are
going?
you good?
How's it going?
On.
I'm all right. You good?
I get this weird echo on my end, but I think it's okay.
I'm not hearing it. Is the chat? I think I'm hearing something different. "20 years from now, someone should be like, legend has it, Jack Stafford's router is still running to this day. The phone computer conversation sounds more interesting than the one Liam and Oz are having."
Fuck you, Lupo. All right, so now Liam, I did catch this wonderful construction video. Now I have to say the construction of your habitat has sent the CG world into overdrive. It's unbelievable the amount of distress and intrigue that you're causing people with the construction of your studio.
I don't know. Apparently, I've done something down it too, so I don't know. I don't know. I can't keep track of it all, man. I can't keep track of it all. It's like I'm missing out episodes of my own life by working. I'm coming back. I'm like, oh no, I'm like 3 episodes behind on Liam, and all I've been doing is building. It's like, and people are losing their shit over it. I'm like, guys, I'm a fat retard, and I'm doing this. You could be doing it too if you really wanted to. You know, like it's not
You
hard.
too are fat retards.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying? You
Sometimes.
too. You guys are also fat retards. You should be doing this.
Yeah, you know, like I'm out there and I feel great. Like I feel fantastic doing what I'm doing. It's so rewarding to the point where I'm like, maybe I'll just leave the internet and build. Maybe this is my future now. Because I just love it so much. The only thing I hate, man, I know that you've got some history doing this between run and track and all that, but it's fucking digging, man. I hate digging. I hate it so fucking much. I just want to pay people to dig for me, but then I'm like, I won't be able to say that I did it. You know, like,
yeah, right.
But it's
Can't you train
wild.
your dog to like dig out?
No way. No, that was appealing for a minute. I was like, that's not a bad idea. But then I realized, no, if I teach the dog to dig, it will then dig. You know, and I don't want it digging.
But couldn't you do some kind of Pavlov scenario where you have a clicker or a whistle, and that when they dig, they get a treat. So they only get a treat when that whistle goes off. So they'll only dig when that whistle goes off.
Yeah. I guess I could put some time into. You know, I've got like 3 dogs. I wonder how much you could get 3 dogs dig. Because I've got to dig like a 18-foot trench, like 600 millimeters deep. Fucking, it's gonna suck hard. It's gonna suck hard, man. And it's through mud and clay. But that's
well. I'm thinking if you could have a bit of a sojourn and train your 3 dogs up to dig in a trench line, that would be pretty good YouTube. If you could train your dogs to dig trenches.
It wouldn't be too hard to do, actually. It'd probably only take me about 2 weeks. But by that point, I would have dug it myself. But I do like.
But then you've got trench digging dogs.
Exactly. I can
like look into the future here, Liam. This is a new. So think of all the electricians in your area that.
Think of all the emus that are fucked with me. I'll finally be able to. The next time we're gonna fight a big emu war, we can have some trench warfare. I'll just line up the dogs and have them clear out the block. You know, it'll be good.
Yeah, well, there's nothing that emus can do with a trench, right? Once you've got your trenches sorted, the emus are fucked.
Helicopters, no chance. Trench, done. Trench greater than emu. Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, Jack's got it right. If you get enough dogs, like there's all these dogs languishing around in pounds, right? Or shelters that we call them, animal shelters. If we could get them and train them all to dig trenches, we could dig canals to bring water to Central Australia.
It's immoral and unethical to have human slave diggers. But there's nothing wrong with dogs digging as long as you're feeding them well and taking care of them and sheltering them, right?
Dogs love to dig.
Dogs love to dig. Why do we not have dogs digging? What is the reason? Is it just because a backhoe is more efficient?
Well, that's a shit reason. I want to know where are the drawings in, like on the Egyptian walls and stuff, of dogs digging trenches.
That's right.
It seems like in the last, say, 100,000 years of domestication, we've really missed a trick here. There's been no history of dogs digging trenches for people.
Maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves. 1 minute. dogs digging trenches. We don't want to.
Where are our well dogs?
A wonderful hydrophilic blue heeler shepherd named Sissy Sticks acted very quickly when a tub full of water came barreling down towards her. The quick-thinking farm dog rapidly dug a trench in the dirt with her paws for the water to follow, while always staying one step ahead of the stream. So there is at least one dog. Is it a video? What is this? There's no video. Oh, no, there is a video. Here we go. 1 minute. I'll bring it up. Let's be, and of course, it's a blue heel. Beautiful dogs, Australian dogs. There you go. Farm dogs. Real dogs, not these bullshit little chihuahua things. Whoops. No, that didn't full share. Are you going to let me full screen? No, it's being. Hold on. I don't have a TikTok or nothing, guys. It's owned by China. So we're just going to have to go with it as it is. You sharing?
Hang on.
Here we go. Australians all let us rejoice, for we are young and free. Look at this. This is great.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty piss poor effort, really. But
It's a start. It's
a start, right? I mean, that dog is obviously not being trained. It's doing that off its own back. It's saying, I want an apprenticeship here. It's like when you get a young kid in, they're like following you around and they're like, can I help? Can I help? Can I help? And it's like, well, you can kind of help, but you're probably just going to be more annoying than you are assisting. But if you train that kid up, eventually he'll be able to dig trenches. And this is exactly what that bluey dog's doing.
And that bluey dog, it's doing it like right on the line, right? Like it's got the water coming for it. But you dig the channel up ahead of the time where it's not like racing that water, you get them to properly dig out and then you have the water go, like after they've cleared a big part.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, yeah. Do you have, I really want to show people, not your last construction stream. We'll show them that, but the one before that. Do you have the one before that? So what are we up to? We're up to 9, are we? Do you have number 8?
Number 9, I think is. I don't know if it's. Am I up? Let me check real quick. Channel. Well, my channel. So yeah, so I've got. I think that's visible. Yeah, I've got part 9 up, part 8. Is that the one with all the audio missing, or is it the audio one where I'm sitting in the rain?
Let's show part 8. This is my favorite video so far.
Yeah. This is like, we get into it and I'm like, I only do one take, guys. I'm one take Liam. That's how this works. And the missus is like, shoots this whole one and she's got her hand over the, what do you call it? The mic.
I am the founder of Contest Comic.
1 second. Yeah, we'll get it.
Rain's all right. Up, we had a storm last night, but we should be all good.
There's been a lot of conjecture about this shirt as well.
The hardest part of the whole thing, other than it's my ultimate equipment shirt. I mean, when you have the ultimate equipment, you get a shirt for it, right?
I thought it was like if you are the ultimate equipment, not if you have it.
Oh, no, it was my partner gave it to me for reasons. So that's
Lion Ratton says he's full of great ideas today. He says, I like that yellow shirt. That should be a tier.
Sure, we can throw that up at the end, but I'm gonna have to wash it hard because that thing smells like Liam building a house for 3 weeks.
No, I don't. Now let's let's not get confused here. I don't think that he means that specific shirt should be a tier. I
Okay,
think
okay.
there should be a Liam Gray's, ultimate tool shirt that should be available for backers from like Teespring. Liam's tools.
Simple Jack says back view is not Liam's best angle. It is not. It is. There are many of us whose angle it is not the best. You have to remember, right, guys? Remember that Liam spends all day like this, hunched over, like a, I don't know, some sort of cripple, I guess. Like writing at a desk or typing at a computer. So like, I have all here is just like all hunched over. It is not flattering. I have basically no neck. I'm just shoulders.
Just to be clear, Lion Ratton does not want your used shirt.
Good. Hey, you never know. There's I probably send this out there. There's probably a couple of wheelchair bound individuals that'd sit there and smell it all day. Like that's so you never know, Lion. I don't think that that's you, but yeah, you never know.
All right.
Not wearing hard yakka is un-Australian. I'll take that on board, Mr. Wonderful. I'll take that on board.
Is hard yakka still Australian though, Mr. Wonderful?
That's a good question. Did you hear that we actually bought all our shit back?
Yeah, how's that? How good is that?
It's good, eh? So, Tradie Jack Stafford knows. Belter says they need a roof to put solar panels on. They also need solar panels and batteries. Yeah, so that's what I have on the house. So I haven't paid for an electric bill in over a year, I think it is.
Oh wow!
And,
okay, what size system have you got?
I don't know. This side of the house, pretty big. We've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 8 panels. About 8 panels. So it's not huge, but it's enough. It's enough. And I'm currently.
How does
like
8 panels supply you with electricity, Liam?
The sun is trying to kill me. So wherever I am, the sun will come to in much harder abundance. Okay? Like, this is some Super Mario World brother shit. It just comes screaming down with a little angry face on it. And the side product of that is those solar panels go right through the roof. It's great. You
don't have any air conditioning in your house. And you obviously don't have hot water.
Well, who needs hot water? Like you just bit of cold water, go down the creek, splash it on.
Now I'm going to put this out there, Liam, and you can correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm telling you the honest God truth. I'll find out the actual specs for what we've got. Probably like I don't know off the top of my head, man, because it was like what 2 or 3 years ago. But I'll find out. But right now we've been going for a while, and we now are $300. We get about $300 a month from just solar, from just the solar. So it's really good. It's really good.
Liam.
Yeah.
Is it possible? Is it within the realms of possibility that your solar power could be what is frying your routers?
No, because the place that I was at didn't have it. I've got like 3 different houses, right? So the place up on Checkerboard, it doesn't have solar. And we had an electrician come in and check the wiring of the house twice. So that's not what it was. It was the police told us that it was DDoS attacks and attacks on a local HUD, because it wasn't just affecting my house either. It actually hit like a few places near me and knocked them out too. Like pretty much like the lower corner of Checkerboard all had its net knocked out because they sent some pulse thing. So that's what was going on with that.
Someone sent a pulse.
Yeah. There's a
well. Why does this pulse keep on focusing on you?
Because people are hacking me. Because people are actively trying to fuck with me, and they figured out where I am. Even when we put on, that's why I've moved as well. Just so you are aware, right? And they were basically figuring out what node I was on. I got to remember what the cyber crimes department said exactly, but they figured out what node I was on. And so the police gave me this, basically like this little dongle thing that they called it. And I hooked that up to like, well, they hooked it up to like the router that goes between like the modem, like from the wall. It goes from the wall to that and then into the router, right? And then that was supposed to track people that were sort of targeting stuff, right? So that they could figure out like who they are so that action and stuff could be taken. They did all of that. And then motherfuckers just started going boo, boo, and just like sending these pulsings because they couldn't DDoS anymore. So they just started going like sending this like pulsing and just taking out like every house on my block and a little bit on the block down, just nuking all their internet. I don't know why the fuck they're doing it. Honest to God, because I'm a fat comic book nerd, right? Like, I don't know, but it's a hobby, I guess. But it's really fucking inconvenient. It cost me over $900. And yeah, I don't know. Man. It's gay. It sucks, but I mean, what I'll do is I'll actually get the when I finish unpacking everything, I'll get the actual report thing and I'll give you the actual technical names for everything that they said is going on, because it took them a while to figure it out, like why the fuck does this keep happening, what's happening, you know. And I'll be back in just a minute. I have to go to the bathroom. I haven't stopped all day. I'll be right back.
The name of the town that Liam lives in is Checkerboard. He's not posh enough for chess. Jabba says, "It's me. I'm hacking the router in your shed." What's going on, Jabba? Is the Jack's show discarded you? Have you been turned off? What's going on here? And not shouting insults at the Jack show, or are you in multitudes as well? Are you there and here just yelling things out in the chat? Jack Stafford. Checkerboard means a racially diverse. Is it racially diverse though if it's just black and white? Because I'm starting to think that we're forgetting about the yellows and the beiges and the browns. Where's the Indian representation? Where is the Indian and the Chinese representation? Other than on the cover. Did you see that they've lumped in Pakistan? Marvel is lumped in Pakistan with Asia. Now I know unofficially, or perhaps semi-officially, it's kind of Asia. Would you regard Pakistan as Asia?
Yes.
So
it's Middle East, right? So yes.
It's not Middle Eastern, it's the subcontinent.
It counts as the Middle East, doesn't it?
In what way does India and Pakistan count as the Middle East?
Oh, I've always thought of them as Middle Eastern. Maybe I'm a horrible racist. I don't know. Aren't Indians Middle Eastern?
Aren't Indians Middle Eastern?
Yeah. I know they're not the same as Asian. I know they're not, you know. But
isn't that
what we call them?
Well, I don't know. It's very interesting.
Yeah, India is Asia, says Lion Rat. That's what I thought.
Well, Jack says India is the Orient.
I don't think that we're allowed to use the word Orient anymore. No, we are. We're not allowed to use the descriptor of Orient for other people, or else that's a crime, hate crime now.
They're talking about Tom. Do you know who Tom is? I don't know who Tom is.
Tom Bombadil? They cut him out of the fucking movies, which is pretty much a crime, because I mean the whole thing's pivotal on Tom Bombadil. Without Tom Bombadil, like, where would all the fan theories be? Where would all the engagement be? You know, Treebeard wouldn't have got involved. Like,
why do you think that Tom Bombadil's vital to the story?
Well, he shows that even amongst a sea of absolute chaos, that there's this one place that is good and wholesome and warm and full of love and happiness and laughter, and that a truly innocent and pure soul can't be swallowed up and sucked up by the evil machinations of a Machiavellian supervillain. Well, evil overlord. Same thing, really. You know, he shows that there's something older and truer than evil, and speaks on the commentary very subtly but poignantly on how evil is parasitic in its nature, and that good can exist independent of it in a really true and free liberating way. And it sort of juxtaposes the entire rest of the Lord of the Rings saga, where it's everyone struggling against temptation and darkness and seeking out this power. But Tom has no need for power, no want for power, and he's unswayed by it. And they even say that he basically they can't trust him to be a guardian of the ring, because he'd just not care about it after 5 minutes, because again, that's what he is. That's what he embodies. At least that's my take on it. This humble little reader's take.
Right. I don't think that's the Tom they're talking about.
Oh, he's pretty much the best Tom, though, right? Is there Tom from Midnight's Edge? I don't know what happened with him.
Who's Tom from Midnight's Edge? Who's Midnight Edge?
Midnight's Edge, he's an old guy I used to watch from way back, and I don't know how close he is to our circles, but he's basically a commentator. He did a really fucking great Conan the Barbarian video. Guys, if you want to see like a Conan the Barbarian breakdown video that sort of goes over the whole thing and is actually pretty accurate to the history of Conan, then go look at Midnight Edge's video on that. But he's sort of a commentary channel, a bit like what Mundane Matt used to be, you know? But less news orientated. It's still a little bit news orientated, but yeah, he's kind of like sort of Mr. H, but I think that Mr. H is better, in my opinion.
Right.
But I that's all I really know about it.
You know, when I first moved to Perth, I was living in this. I couldn't rent anywhere because I only had. They have this weird thing here where if you're renting in another state, they don't care about your references or anything. So like, unless you've actually rented in Perth, it's super hard to get a rental because they just won't take any of your references, etc. So I'm living with my friend in this really shitty area. Like, you know, it's probably like similar to where you're living, but like in an apartment complex. And there was a guy that lived on the floor above us, and his name was Mr. H. But that was because he dealt heroin.
I saw where you were going. I was like, oh no. Guys, don't do drugs. Don't do heroin. You know, don't kill kids. Don't play in traffic. Why do I have to keep telling people this?
Yeah. So let's continue watching this because I wanna continue watching this this movie.
I mute myself, but there's no point because there's no audio on this thing, right?
Well, there is audio.
Yeah, the dinosaurs got out of the enclosure, guys. The dinosaurs got out of their enclosures because of the storm last night. So the raptors are everywhere. You know, we're here shining the camera right into the sun, you know, for our lovely audience.
This video is amazing. How much time did you spend setting up?
None. I walked outside out of the shower. My hair's wet from having a shower. You know, like I walked down the stairs, threw the camera, threw the phone, and said start recording. You can see here, this is where I was like holding up the boards. I had to get up on the scaffolding you see over there and hold in the boards with my forearm so it'd stay on, and then put in a pin. And then I had to switch arms, put the hammer in my mouth, press up the other arm, switch over again, hold in the hammer. So
you hammered all these sheets in?
Yeah. Because if you use a drill, they'll crack, right? Like it's only masonite and stuff. So like,
and you got some A-frame trusses there.
Yeah. And this is going to be the sort of a deck extension. I had to stop right where we're actually at because underground there and there's a piece of wood I accidentally left up on the temporary roof. I'm like, I don't want to go up on the roof and get it. I don't like heights, guys. I keep falling off the side of the house. But I don't want to climb anymore because I'm going to bust myself up. But yeah, so I left a bit of wood up there. I got to go get that. Do my little hop up here, you know. And I put in a big post there in the corner, which you'll see on the latest video. And I've actually built the deck around here. That's what I did yesterday. Because like, if I build the deck, I won't have to climb up on the side of the building to put the last 2 bits of the masonite onto the walls, right? Before I put up all the siding and stuff. I'm like, yeah, and I'll pick up like a tiny baby. And then she's like, I can walk.
So she's gone round here to the entrance. Is there? Obviously, it's a steeper.
Yeah, it's because we're on a really steep slide there. You know what I mean? As we go down.
Now, is there no way to put a step there for you just to step up while you're building, or?
Yeah, there is, but it's been taken away because. Oh, yeah. This stud won't. So this will actually be the first thing I go.
Explain to me the problem.
I explain a bit. So, okay, so this stud here, I'll pause it for a second. So this stud here really screwed me around because essentially, I explained it yesterday as well. Like I put it in too far. When I put the drill sort of in, when I was sort of skewing it in, it forced it out. And so I couldn't get the masonite and stuff to like stick to the side of the building properly. Like there was a bulge. I couldn't figure out what it was, and it was that fucking one plank there. So I removed that, and now I've got to put that one stud there. Now I've got to put that stud back in. I keep going to get to it, but
you don't have to put one there, don't you?
I know technically I don't, but it haunts my dreams. So
okay,
you know, I'm doing everything so it looks so it's this is my first real build. The only other things I've built have been small, like cabinets and cupboards and stuff like that, you know. So this is my first time building like a house, and so like a room, you know, and so yeah, like this is just what I've been doing, you know. So anyway, I'll keep going, get it over and done with. Gosh. So yeah. He was really stuck in there too. I couldn't reverse the drills out. So I like had to like drill into that thing over and over and over again to like make it break out so I could just sort of hammer it out. But yeah, that's what I'm explaining there. It just caused a big bulge, but it's all done now.
So you've got a small one up there already. So you're just trying to put a second one in.
Yeah. The electric is what really has me worried and stuff.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, screwing directly into that roof tin is going to be difficult.
Well, that roof tin's coming off.
Don't say that.
It's coming off. It's coming off. I've got a whole big roof though. You know what? That's the reason I had to rush home today as well, not just because of the stream. I was in the middle of. I got hit up. I was like, yeah, we're gonna drop off all of the materials for the roof today. You just got to be there to sign and pick up for it. I was like, you said it was going to be tomorrow. Yeah, guys, and I am. It sucks. I'd like to just be able to sit down in the afternoon. I keep missing.
So what are we lining the inside with in this beautiful studio that you're building?
It'll probably all be plastered. I don't know.
Oh, you're gonna use gyprock, are
you? I'm going.
I mean, you can just panel the inside if you want.
Yeah. I want it to be sturdy because I want to have the main thing is I'm right now I'm focusing on my insulation. I've got 3 different options for what I can do on the interior, right? And I want it to be I want it to sort of be good, right? But we will see. We will see. Well, it's going to be good no matter what I do. But like,
have you got 90mm timbers there, or are they 75? They look like 90.
Yeah, they're 90.
So you can go for an R2.5 or for your walls. I'd do that, or even just R2s. Get some insulation bats, and then if you want, you
Yeah.
can use an R4 or an R3 in your roof.
Well, I've got a custom roof coming in, like all the materials I need, because I didn't want to line the roof too. So the roof's coming pre-lined. It's all coming pre-built. Like I've got that
Are
all
you going to
done.
get it
It's just
dropped on?
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is what people are going to come and yell at me. Hold on. Here's the thing, right? Now, like the Crystal Castle, this has required a lot of levies and me using the scaffolding as and pulleys and stuff like that, like with ropes, using my old Boy Scout training, because a crane can't really get to where this place is. We're hoping that we could get it down the side of the neighbor's house, but the crane is too big. So we would have to go right over the top of this building here to get it all the way out the back, which is a lot more money. And the main issue, though, is like, if it falls at this point, or if something goes wrong, if this hits the roof and smashes up all our solar or comes to the roof, if anything goes wrong, I don't have a contingency plan right now. So, like,
well, I mean, to be fair, your roof's probably only going to weigh like 100 kilos.
Yeah. So I can probably pull it up there on my own, but then like I don't know how I'm going to secure it. So like,
but if you've lined the ceiling, it'll get damaged when you pull it up.
Will it?
Yeah.
I wanted to do it all myself if possible, but it's like, I guess I can cheap out and do a crane. But then I guess what everyone's going to say, oh, you didn't do it. You got a crane to do it. It's like falling off things. Like it does hurt when you fall off, you know, like, so I'm not looking forward to it. The roof is like, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to digging the trench for the electric to come all the way up to hook up to the house. Those are the two things I've been sort of most apprehensive about. But yeah, I'll talk to the guys doing the delivery.
Alternatively, can you get an off-road forklift down the side of your house?
No, I can't. Not where I am. Not without knocking the fence down. That's what sucks. That's another reason that I had to build it to specific dimensions and where I put it instead of out on the other property. Because like I can't get the stuff down the side here, and the other property, that's a whole other thing. It's short version. It's got the COVID out there. You know, not the COVID, the parvo. You know what I mean? It's like that'd be $14,000 to get all of the stuff that I need to purge the property so that, you know, my dogs could be there. And so it's like,
Right.
I'm just dealing with shitty stuff, and you know.
Right. So we've got to sort this out, Liam. We've got to work out how to get your prefab roof onto your building.
I really thought that I could just sort of set up the trusses and counterweight them, and then just use some pulleys to pull it up there and just sort of swing it on and then slowly lower it down. You know what I mean? Like,
do you have trusses high enough for that?
Yeah, should do. I got a couple of ones that are pretty big, but no, I would have to go down to what do you call them? The place just down the hill from me and probably rent them.
All right, how's this for an idea, right? You clamp
I really just wanted to take a few days off from build because I knew the roof was going to be the hardest bit. You know what I mean? So I saved it for last.
What about if you clamp some timbers along the bottom of your roof so that when it slides up over the wall frame, it rests on the timbers and not the paneling underneath the ceiling?
Yeah, that's a good idea because that paneling is heaps fragile. I don't know if you saw there, right? But when I was cutting down the side, right? Because I don't know, you probably didn't see, but when we approached the place in the beginning of this video, I actually measured slightly wrong and I overshot the edge of the building by that much, right? So I sort of knocked it in down because we haven't put the corners of the house on yet. I haven't gone down and like hooked all of them up. So like when I was doing the sort of when I put the front on, I over measured again and it was over the side. So I thought, well, it's fine. I'll use all the concrete cutters and I'll just cut down the side, right? And as I'm cutting down the side, because like I can't see what I'm doing. I'm just going along the line. I didn't realize the line had gone slightly off because it had sort of tilted because I hadn't hammered quite in. I'm rambling, but anyway, you'll see that I actually cut like a about that much off straight, and I had to correct. But fortunately, it's enough that it'll be covered up by the wall corner, when I put it in. But it's like it shit me. How did we get here? Sorry, like
we're just talking about the ceiling.
Yeah, the ceiling. Again, that's the roof is the ceiling and the roof is going to be the fucking hardest part of the whole fucking thing. Fortunately, my little brother came down from the middle of Australia. He got back on Sunday, and even though he's not the most athletic person in the world, an extra set of hands is an extra set of hands. So he might be able to help me just sort of stabilize things and pull things in a bit. So, but right now I've got 3 days to just do comic book stuff. I'm gonna let myself have something that's kind of important, says Lion Ran. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. All right, let's finish this video and then we'll put your next one on.
Oh gosh, sure.
Already jumped in, give me about $10. I really appreciate that. And to the bigger guys that have given me 100, like Frog G, I won't mention the other guy because I don't know if you want to know. Thank you very much. You guys are helping make this possible. I'm not just building a shitty little hut, you know what I mean? Like I'm building a workspace and I'm building the future of my company, Everything starts somewhere. Start small and don't let your dreams be dreams. They'll laugh at you for wanting to accomplish anything.
What are you discussing here, Liam?
Work hard, get there, All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm talking about building. The beginning of everything starts small, like my company's been largely digital. Now I'm bringing it physical. I'm setting up my place to have like a decent studio environment so that there's decent audio and so that I don't have to worry about I'm compartmentalizing, right? Like I would when making a comic book and you compartmentalize your teams. It's like, I'm going to have this place and this will be my work location, right? And when I go there, I'll be able to go there and I'll be able to close it all up and I'll be able to work. And I'll be able to just focus exclusively on work when I'm there. Your audio sucks, dude. I know, Joe Biden. That's one of the things I want to get fixed. I haven't got my mic here. I want to get everything set up. I want to set up my Grey Skull and my giant T-Rex and all
He's talking about the audio on this video. He missed the description of why.
Okay. So yeah, no, the audio on this, the missus's fingers on the mic for this video, dude. I'm sorry.
Where did you hire this woman from? Because she is probably the worst cameraman that I've ever come across.
Well,
and I'm sure she's a sweetheart. I know she's a sweetheart, but it's pretty amusing.
Yeah, no, well, she's figuring it all out. We did one today, and she's like, "Is my finger on it? Is my finger on it?" I said, "Your finger's not on it, sweetie. It's all good. Everything's cool. Everything's cool."
Get your hand off it, love.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, it's all good. And but yeah, no, I'm talking about building up. I'm right now. I'm wearing a warehouse.
I'm wearing a wire.
I'm wearing a wire. I'm renting a warehouse to keep, my books and a whole bunch of production stuff in, my comics, my library, all of this other stuff, because I'm moving everything around. So I want to have everything in one place, right? And I want to make sure that I've got a little area so that the missus, because she is an entrepreneur too, when she's not, when she's not cooking or hanging out with her sister wife, we're we're workers, we're doers, we're people that do things. And so she's got her sort of own life. She's going to be like a mom now. And I want her to be able to get a full night's rest. I've never had a kid before. And all of the books and everyone says, and all my friends are like, oh, Liam, you better get used to not sleeping. I need my sleep because if I don't sleep, I go crazy, in case you haven't noticed. When I'm doing like 4 hours of sleep every night for like months on end, I go crazy. And it's like, I need to have a full rest. So it's like, I know that she will too. And so I'm going to be sort of awake a bit during the sort of later hours so that if the baby cries or whatever, I'll take it from her down into the studio and then I'll babysit while she gets a full night's sleep, and vice versa. During the day, if I'm like passed out on the couch, she will, or I'll go down and hang out in the studio, and she can, have the baby up here and it can cry up here because like I don't know what I'm doing. I've never had a kid before, and I've got to manage this and like 3 or 4 different book projects, and like, it's tough at the harder time.
As someone who has had children, Liam,
that scares me. That scares the hell out of me.
There needs to be a bit of mental preparation and preparedness on your part here. Your sleep for the next 2 to 3 years is not going to be great.
Oh no! Oh, that's why I need my sleep. I need a full night's sleep to be able to work. Like to be able to work clearly, because otherwise otherwise I'm gonna have to hire more editors. I guess I just hire more editors.
Well, the thing is, like, you might get 8 hours sleep, but you have to be awake every 2 hours.
Right.
That's the issue. It's not so much that the baby doesn't sleep, because babies sleep like probably 16 hours a day. The issue is that they wake up every 2 hours to be fed or changed or given attention to. So it's not so much that you won't be able to sleep, it's that you won't be able to get full sleep.
I have 2 wives, right? As you know. So like if I get a 3rd wife, will that mean I can sleep? Like if I get a 3rd wife, will that be enough of the burden off me that I'll be able to sleep?
No.
I really need my sleep, guys. I don't want to be a bad dad, but I really don't want, like, I can't function for long periods without sleep. Like I go crazy. I've tried doing it. You guys saw what happened when I tried doing it during Xenotype, and I just went progressively more insane. I can't do it.
Well, see, for the first week or 2, it doesn't really matter because you are getting your sort of 8 hours sleep, albeit it's broken up into like, say, maybe 2 to 3, possibly 4 chunks.
But dude, that's worse. That's worse. I don't like that sucks hard. I'd rather not sleep at all than sleep in chunks. Like,
well, you think that until you're tired enough that you're going to go to sleep. and then like, so the first week or 2 is fine, and then you're sort of getting into a routine. But it really does start to hit you when you realize that this is how your life's going to be for the next 2 years.
Yeah, I know.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, it's the most ridiculous things. Hey, it was like, so Sissy, sister, the last of the pups that I didn't rehome, one that I kept from the last litter, right? She decided, what's fun? Eating everyone's shoes. So we woke up this morning to everyone's shoes were eaten. Every shoe in the house, every single shoe in the house was eaten because we keep them on a stand out the front on the patio, right? It's like she sought them out and destroyed them all. So I thought, oh, cool, no problem. I've just got to buy new shoes for the wives and for, for the kid, no problem. And so I go down today early, just earlier. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna need like 2 new pairs of Converse and this and that. I just throw all of these shoes in a big pile, right? I'm like, they're like, girls, go get whatever you want. And they like, oh, thanks, they run off. And I'm just like sitting there talking to the shoe woman, about whether or not she, wants to be my 3rd wife. And they come back and I buy all these shoes. And then at the end of it, I'm like loading them up into the car. I'm thinking like, fuck me, that was like nearly $1,000. That's a lot of money for just shoes. Like, and then I imagine like if I've got like more kids, then I've got to buy little kid shoes too, and they're not any cheaper. Every extra person's an extra set of shoes. It's like it all adds up. All of this shit adds up. So I can't have any more crisis like dog eating all shoes because I can't just be throwing away thousands of dollars on shoes. That's ridiculous, right?
Right.
It's like, yeah, oh well, live and learn. This is all new to me, guys. Might be normal to you, but it's all new experiences to Liam. Meanwhile, I'm trying to develop a new form of karate. You know, it's like that's a lot of work too. I've got karate development. You know, I've got my working out. I've got my workout scheme getting set up. I got this.
You've got a
building
workout
house.
scheme.
Yeah, I'm starting to. Well, I'm gonna be sensei for Koala Kai, man. So I got to build up. So I've started. You know, this morning I did some sit-ups. I did some push-ups, and I did 20 minutes of curls. And it's not a lot, but for your first day, it's all right. And then there was the whole incident with the shoes I had to go deal with. I came back, and now I'm here. This is my day.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah, if he
All
and
right.
she can letter, even better. Yeah, right. It'd be great if we had a letterer. I want a full-time letterer, by the way, like someone that's just the conquest letterer. Someone I can just be like, and who's like a master at lettering. Like they're just like a ninja of letters. That's what I want. And then put them on my team.
I think letters should be hand drawn.
You got to slap your mouth.
No, I reckon they should be, and it's like the
No.
old days. I reckon you should have the art, and then someone should like put a piece of paper over the art, trace out where the balloons should go, and then write the lettering in, cut the balloons out, and glue them on.
Well, I'll tell you what, actually, like in all seriousness, cutting the balloons out and gluing them on does make them look sort of extra raised up, and it does give it a nice little pulpy indie look that I really like a lot. Like, I think that is really cool. It doesn't work for every book, but I think it's cool. I don't know about hand drawn every single time because you end up with inconsistencies. And
Yeah, but that's how it was done for like 40 years, Liam.
this is true, but you've got to realize that we're working currently at such a level of scrutiny, right? That someone can look at your book, and if your lettering's off, like if your words are just slightly too close to the bubble by a millimeter or so, it can make your whole page look out of line. Because like unless you've got a really messy, rough style like what Sam Keith does or something, like everything right now is so fucking Jim Lee, pristine, perfect smile line that one line out of place, you can spot it. And the lettering, if your letters don't look good, you're going to look like you got an amateur hour book. You could do it if it was something like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, black and white, where it's like really grungy. Like that'd be really cool. But I just don't know you could get away with it like in a current mainstream book or in a manga format. I don't think it'd fly. I think you'd get roasted for it. I could be wrong, but what's the chat think?
I don't know. What does the chat think about hand lettering? In the first 40 years of comic books were all hand lettered, and the initial run at Marvel Comics, the bullpen, it was just whoever had the neatest handwriting in the office.
Oh,
Did you know that?
I did, but I didn't know it was the first 40 years. That's pretty cool. But I did know that there was a lot of hand lettering in Marvel in the early days.
Oh yeah, it was all hand lettered, everything.
Now I want to go back and I want to look at it.
If you have a look, if you buy any original art from before, say, the 1990s, it'll have the lettering on the page glued on. And the older the pages are, that glue actually yellows with age. So when you have really old pieces of art, you've got these fucked up yellow letters on there.
Do you want to? Oh gosh, this is the most unflattering picture for me to be paused on 1 minute.
I know.
We're to get these dinosaurs back into their enclosures. I'll see you guys in the chat.
Yep, there we go. So sorry about that, Oz. Go on with what you're saying.
No, that's all good. And I'll be back in a sec. Discuss. See if you can find some.
Hey guys, my name's Liam
Whoa,
Graham,
whoa,
founder
whoa,
of Conquest.
whoa! That wasn't meant to happen. What did he say? See if we can discuss what?
See if you can find an old page of lettering, and we'll have a look at it.
Yeah, that's more interesting than this. They can go watch that on my show. Marble hand lettering page. No, that's not what I'm looking. Because I'm using the word lettering. So Marvel Comics page and lettered. Yeah, that didn't give me any better search results. No, these can't be hand lettered. What year is this? The letter uniformity is too precise. These have to be typed. No, that one could be. That one definitely is. I want a full page though. Yeah, that definitely is. Look, yeah, this will be fun. Sorry guys, I'm talking to myself here. Not exactly there we go. So calligraphy is almost a lost art. Yeah, oh hey man. Calligraphy is almost a lost art. That's it. I've been doing this all along. I've been looking for letterers. I've got to look for a calligrapher. I've got to hire a calligrapher. I need the Conquest calligrapher. That's what I need. I should have thought of that. Stupidly, and just get a calligrapher and then convince them to do comics. That's a great idea. Whose idea was that? Whose idea was that? Belter. You had that great idea with the solar too, by the way. So you're switched on. Have a cookie. You burned a cookie. Lupo says Ziploc bags and hand lettering is okay with me. Ziploc bags should be okay with you, man, because I know that like your Ziploc bag doesn't look great when you put it with the rest of your collection, but if it's used as a shipping device, and again, I'm not using them, calm down, but they're actually thicker than the standard plastic that's used. They don't have any of the stuff that damages the comic book in them, and the Ziploc seal is actually more waterproof than just folding it over and sticking with sticky tape. So you've got a better chance of having your comics arrive protected through Ziploc than you do, especially if they're going international or long distance, than you do just sending them in a standard sleeve. So, you know, yeah. So Oz, I don't know how much of that you heard.
Yeah.
Calligrapher, that's the key, man. I solved the letterer shortage and the fact that like Eric Weathers is the only guy lettering everything, right? He's busy. I solved that by finding calligraphers. And once I have acquired the calligraphers, I can convince them to do comic books. And then I will have all of the calligraphers, Oz. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm listening, mate. I'm listening to your grand scheme.
I haven't thought through it more yet. All right, I got to come up with more of an angle. Now I pay them to do work, obviously, and though to be fair, if I do like, I think like I'm not making a joke when I say like most professional level calligraphers would put to shame most standard comic book letterers using the digital format because of the range of creativity in their pen or in their lettering capacity. And you're right here. Look at this here. Up here. Where are you? See up here? These exclamation points are completely different. So you're right. This is all hand lettered. At last, the most eagerly awaited event in comics history, the end of Infinity. Stan and Big John break it up in the latest landmark issue of The Mighty Thor, on sale now. Smite. So yeah.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find a picture of even some of Jim Lee's old art. Has the yellowing. Let me just have a look.
Get up those lazy Franco Shima. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna have monks. I'm just gonna have a stable of monks lettering my books. You know. Oh gosh. Sorry, Oz. Sorry.
It's all good. You continue on. I'm doing a bit of Google food. I just had to eat a little bit of chocolate. I haven't eaten today, so I was getting a little bit low on my glycemic index here.
You know what's great for glycemia?
Tell me.
Eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is
What?
great for it. Highly recommended.
You
Eucalyptus.
can't eat eucalyptus, dude.
Eucalyptus drops.
But that's just
There's
sugar.
little eucalyptus balls.
Yeah, but that's just
There's-
sugar, dude.
No, it's got eucalyptus in it. And menthol, I think it says. I don't know. They're pretty much all I eat now. I'm on a koala-based diet because of koala kai. I just eat them and caramello koalas. That's part of the training regime.
All right, I'm going to show you. This is the old letterer from Jim Lee. The only reason I know about this stuff is because I had an interest in old art pages, an opportunity I've talked about before to buy a bunch of Kirby pages, but I didn't do it because they were all stolen back then.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Pat Brasseau on Twitter, and this is one of Jim Lee's old pages. Not the clearest picture he could have taken, but I don't know if you can quite make it out, but all of the lettering on here has been hand drawn and then glued on along with the zipper tone. And you can see that even though this was done in, I don't know what this was done in, probably 1990, even this is started to yellow as well.
Yeah.
And so all of the, even the title balloons, and like for the covers, like for say X-Men or whatever, for the covers, what they'd do is they'd take a photocopy or Xerox of, they'd have basically what they called a standard. So someone would design the title and you'd have the master standard, and then they would photocopy that, and then the letterer would cut it out with an X-Acto knife and glue it onto the latest cover. So it was always just one Xerox removed from the actual title. And similarly, they do it with like even these, basically all the writing on this page is hand lettered. And so this has been done since the dawn of time.
Fuck Jim Lee, man. Fuck Jim Lee. He's so good. Like, Jim Lee is why I quit being a comic book artist, Like, I gave up on my dreams and became a roadie instead to the fucking Jim Lee. Well, that's what I tell everyone. Not really Jim Lee's fault, but I looked at what Jim Lee could do and what I could do, and I was like, if that is the bar of a professional comic book artist, I will never achieve it. In my naive little teenage brain, I legitimately remember looking at his work. I remember standing there holding the book in my hands and looking at it, and sitting down with a 7x11 next to it, and then trying to draw the way he was drawing. And when I was done, I was like, I'm nowhere near this man's level. I don't know how to get that good. It'll take me at least 5 or 6 years to get as good as Jim Lee. Like, I can't do that. That's way too long. And I gave up. And I never should have. But fuck, he's good. Like, look at that. Look at that piece. Look at that Deathbird. It's amazing. Like, he's got a nice dynamic pose in it. Her curves are all right. She's a little bit off proportion on that hip, just slightly, but it still looks good. It's just it just screams comic book art at me. It's like pinnacle. And it's a shame because he's got a little bit more energy and edge in this than he does his newer art. But I mean, not every picture is going to be a best example of his work. But yeah,
I think one thing that happens with art is that over the time, that you're drawing, like he's drawing thousands and thousands of pages. When you look back on your older stuff, you can see all the mistakes. And as you refine your art, it becomes more refined. So you're getting rid of all those mistakes. But quite often what you're doing is you're also removing some of the dynamism, because some of the mistakes that you've put in accidentally, stretching this limb out, stretching that torso out, like that actually can add to the dynamism of the picture. But when you're looking back on it as an artist, you're like, oh, fuck that arm up. Oh, fuck that hip up. Whereas when you're looking at it as a fan or a consumer or just someone that's viewing the art, you're not really seeing all those errors. You're just seeing like this amazing piece.
Yeah, but fantastic work, Jim, and crusher of dreams. Nah, it's all right. No, I everything happens for a reason, and I learned more about making comic books doing writing than I would have drawing them. So it all worked out in the end. But he's such a talented artist, Jim Lee. I mean, everyone thinks so, but he really did define so much in the 90s. Like, everyone talks about Todd and all the stuff Todd did, but the influence that Jim had you can see it in so many artists, right? That's just not my style, unfortunately. And I just, my art looks a bit more like Ramota Jr. or hard anime, like it's sort of, anyway, I'm rambling. People will see my art soon enough.
Okay. So do we have a, how long are we going to be building your studio for, do you think?
I'm thinking about another 3 weeks, month. We'll see. It just depends. I want to get it to sort of. Hello. I'll be right back. I have to. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. The reason I asked this is because, to be honest, if I'm being completely honest with all of you out there, I am feeling a little bit jealous of the attention that Liam is receiving for this project. And it has been requested of me by certain family members that we have chickens. So it's possible that I may build a chicken coop. I'm actually thinking of building a chicken tractor. And so everyone out there who's in the US probably knows what a chicken tractor is. No one in Australia does. We don't really have them. And we just put up a little bit of a dinky fence, and the chickens get eat. But Lion Ratton says, build something, Oz. Well, this is what I'm thinking, Liam. I might need to. I was just explaining to the chat how I was a little bit jealous of the attention that you're getting for building your building.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to work out something that I can do to try and get some of this attention that you're getting. And I think my chicken coop idea has got some legs.
Yeah. It's got an egg of a good idea in it, I would say.
Right. Have you heard of chicken tractors?
No, I don't know what a chicken tractor is. What's that?
It's like a chicken coop with a run attached to it, and you can like pick it up and wheel it around because the chickens wreck the grass that's underneath them.
Yep. So it's kind of like a guinea pig coop, but for chickens.
Yeah.
Cool. Have to be pretty big, but I mean, I guess it'd be pretty light as long as it's on wheels. How do you stop them from getting out from underneath it?
What do you mean?
Okay, so it probably doesn't look like a go-kart. What does this thing look like? Like, in my mind, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm building it in my mind. I'm like, so it's just really light and you just pick the whole thing up and you move it, or is it has the movement built in? Like, you said tractor, so I imagine wheels.
Well, it's kind of like a rickshaw. Think of a rickshaw, but like it's got a cage on the end of it.
Cool beans.
So I mean, do you think that this could be the next big thing? Do you think me building a chicken shed could possibly reach the pinnacle of like what you've reached?
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Is there a way? Is there a way that I could do this that would garner more attention than what you're doing?
So long as you're not like filming down into my house, I think I'm okay with whatever you do. So let me see. Yeah, I think it could work, especially, you give the chat an opportunity to buy a chicken, it's their chicken, you can name it after them. And it's their chicken, give them chicken updates, Farmer Oz. Yeah. I think it could work. We're building the future, my friend, and it'll be fun for the whole family. Emus would have more of a global attraction. You'd need so much space. Can emus live in swampland? I know that some of the local ones can. Yeah. I've got a big, huge swath of swampland in parentheses. So it's basically like half of it's a swamp, the rest of it's on a hill, and it's just been all cleared and cattle are there. So it's like cattle grazing land. But like, can emus like not like, can they sort of handle that kind of yeah, that's what I was sort of imagining. So yeah, you just pick her up and move it. Holy crap, it's got like a little bicycle thing on the front of it.
Yeah. So these guys, this is what I'm thinking of doing as well. They've recycled some bikes, and they've got the wheel at the front and a couple of wheels at the back.
This is fantastic. This is awesome. Send me this picture. I want to show the in-laws this picture. This is great. They've got chickens. I bought them some chickens as a dowry, but then a giant carpet snake ate them. Well, not all of them, but half of them. So this would solve that problem.
I'm not sure this would solve a carpet snake problem, but this is something. I mean, would I get support from the CG community if I was to build something like this?
I don't think I'm getting support from the CG community. There are some people that are true believers. Just one moment, please.
Would you support me in the chat on this kind of endeavor? I mean, I know that there's a Jack show on at the moment. It's not my usual time, but there's not a huge audience watching. But perhaps people will rewatch this show in greater numbers. Would you support the construction of a chicken coop? Or a chicken tractor? I should stop saying coop because it's a little bit like a military uprising.
Yeah, it's I think that's pretty cool. It's a mobile chicken house. Who wouldn't want a mobile chicken house? It does have.
I could get a red rooster.
You could get a red rooster, and we can come up with all the best.
I could make the chat. I could ask the chat to finance my red rooster and then put it on someone else's stream first, and then eventually, after a couple of years, put it in my own.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's do it. Let's build things. You know what? All of these people are sitting around bitching and moaning, sitting around like, let me into your show. Let me on your show, crying like a lady for like, 3 hours at a time, sitting in a chat. Like, let's just do something interesting. And then when they get on, they just bitch and moan about other people like a sewing circle. We're going to get out. We're going to build things, Oz. You're going to build your chicken tractor. I'm going to build this studio. And then when we're done with that, I'm going to build something else. And maybe I'll end up building the Koala Kai Dojo if we make enough money. But I don't think we will. But we're not going to stop. We're going to build. We're going to build to tomorrow, the future. When you think of Oz and Liam, when you think of Conquest Comics, when you think of our little corner of the internet, you're going to imagine men with those big spikes that I need to stick into the ground and pull that you see Superman with sometimes, and I hate them, but they're digging posts. What do you call them, Oz? I don't know the names of things yet. I just used them.
Post
you know,
hole
those
digger.
big. Yeah, it's just a post hole digger. You're just stabbing them in and pulling it down like fucking Superman. That's how we're gonna do it.
All
How
right.
we're gonna do it.
All right.
Although
Well,
I don't think
I'm
it's one. I
you've
think
excited me now, Liam. You've excited me.
You've
The chat seemed to be, they seem to be, go and do it. So I'm thinking,
do it.
I'm really excited now.
Yeah, get excited, have fun with it. I mean, and I think that you actually won't need to dig. I'm looking at this. I think that you've got a project that has zero digging involved in it.
There's no
I'm
digging
jealous.
involved in my project.
Yeah, you don't have to dig. I hate you.
But this is the time that perhaps you could take the opportunity to film yourself trying to train your dogs to dig.
True. And I was just informed by the wives that the roof's on the way after all.
Oh,
So I'm going to have to probably abruptly leave and figure that
no,
out.
no, that's fine. We're at our end, just up on 2
Thank
hours,
you.
and that's what we're going to keep it at. And
Mm-hmm.
it's been a great show, Liam. Thank you so much for coming along.
Hopefully,
people can. Hopefully, some people can provide some moral support to me to really push me through this. I've got to finish my Black Cat cover for J Scott Campbell and post that up, and then I think the next thing will be straight on to organizing this chicken tractor.
So, and when you're done with the J Scott Campbell cover, you're going to be auctioning it off on next week's show. What do bids start at, Oz, for the for your?
I'm
Black
not
Cat
sure.
cover?
I'll have to ask Ethan Van Sciver how this works.
You'll have to see if it's appropriate, to meet the standards, But
Yeah,
I'm sure it will. I'll
send Cecil a DM and say, how's this done? Is this good enough for to represent comic skate artwork, and is anyone interested in this?
Yeah. No, so it has been fun, man. It's been great being on. I'm looking forward to doing these more regularly again. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please support us if you can. I hope that this has been entertaining. Think of us like online buskers. Was this worth $2 of your time? Did you walk past the guitar case and think this train wreck was worth a chuckle? Or I'm glad I'm not Liam. Well, if you did, throw $2 into the guitar case, throw some super chats at Oz. Throw a gold coin donation at me on the Conquest Studio if you've got it. Every little bit counts. Every bit's a big motivating factor in keeping us doing this. And more money you give, the bigger, crazier, more ambitious things we can build in the future. You're only allowed to have one rooster, isn't that right, Oz? Right? One rooster?
You're not allowed to have
10, or
any
you're just gonna have
roosters,
chicken?
but I could have one. I've got different rules.
Yeah. We all follow our own rules over here in the Magical Land Down Under. Anyway, I'll let you. It's your show, so go for it.
No worries. Yeah, no, that was a great pre-close out there. Chicken tractors are the future, says Gaming Theory. Damn straight.
Yeah.
And wait till you see what. Bring up
on
what?
The screen. Chicken tractor. Yeah, that's right. That.
It's the future of the
future is in chickens.
We're diversifying.
Dogecoin, and chickens. Thank you.
You can't go wrong with chickens, everybody. All right, guys. We may see you tomorrow, or it may be a day after. But everybody have fun. Maybe if the Jack Show's still going, you can go and check out their closeout. And thanks for tuning in.
Liam. Don't do that stuff.
Nurse, tell me, am I still intact?
Oh, Oz. You don't need to worry about that. We're going to make you stronger, faster, and better. Stronger, faster, and
Faster.